and welcome y'all to Hardcore Enduro, where it's all about getting out, riding the hard stuff. I'm George, guy behind the bars, and the voice behind the mic. We're out in Spangler, California today for a great Thanksgiving week ride. We got 3 days of riding out here, nice and cool. Was pretty darn windy the first 2 days, and that third day the wind stopped and started to rain a little bit. But I've been wanting to do this for a while, is do a Thanksgiving out in the desert with the turkey and the ham, the mashed potatoes, the whole 9 yards with Thanksgiving meal. We did all that and set it all up. Women did most of the cooking. I did most of the riding. It all worked out for me. Got invited out by a really cool guy, Dan, and his wife, Brianna. They kind of set this thing up. Dan's got the YouTube channel, Grip and Rip It, which he posts all his rides. He put the last race, he did the Hundreds Hare and Hound, and that was a very long ride for everyone. And I stuck with it, and I watched the whole damn 5 hours. And I had to break it up in pieces. I told him it's like watching the Game of Thrones saga. It's so damn long, but I just enjoy watching. I really missed out on the race. It was my daughter's birthday that weekend, so I had to miss out on that race. But there's plenty more races coming up next year, and we'll be hitting a lot of them. Right now, I got Cortland riding with me. He's behind me, and oh, watch big old choppy ruts crossing over. Those are dangerous. Those will take you out on a hare and hound. You'll be racing those, hauling ass, and those will pop out of nowhere, and they can really buck you off the bike. So gotta watch out for those, as well as traffic. A lot of cross traffic out here, you know, side by sides and other guys on bikes out here, and those roads have just come perpendicular, and you gotta do a little head look left and right. And I don't even think I did that. Came in hot. I need to be more careful about that. But I was saying I'm riding with Cortland today.
How's your downhills?
Fun.
And I haven't ridden with them before.
Little downhill here. You want to try it out, or you want to? All right.
And I just want to make sure, you know, when you ride with someone the first time, you don't know their skill and their level and their comfort level. And I'm used to riding pretty much the hardest stuff I can find, so I just want to make sure. And it's more like a little test here to see how he's gonna do. So I come in here. I've done this little hill climb before, and it's pretty good. I'd give this a solid black diamond here, and just to see at his level, the comfort of what he's willing to do. And he does a lot of riding out here. He usually rides a 650. He's got this new bike that I think he's riding a new, it's either a 450 or a 501 there. But he's used to the 650. And he's more comfortable on his old bike just because he's putting so many more hours on it. But he kept up pretty good. And he asked me at the end of the ride what grade I gave him. He was hoping for a C. So, yeah, I'm giving him a C. He did good. You know, we're not going race pace. We're just having fun, finding lines and kind of hitting them. But what we're doing today is kind of something fun, special. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I got a cash can in my backpack. I'm going to go plant it on top of one of these peaks over here. I've been wanting to do that. On my previous rides, I've mentioned that, and I finally got it. I got the can, I got the stickers, got the pin, and we're going to put it on top of the peak over here. So this peak, there's no name to it, but I think it's the second tallest peak out here in Spangler, and there is an elevation marker, government stamped. And I think I read it wrong. It's put there, I think I get the date. I called the date the altitude. The altitude's actually about 3,400 feet. And the date on it, I think, was 1933. Well, when we get there, I'll call it out. I got that mixed up. And the dang print's so small, you know, there's these elevation markers. You guys know what I'm talking about. They have like a stamp, and those are like cemented in the rock or whatever. They're all over the place. I even got one in the back of my house out by the airport there behind my house. There's a elevation government marker that's in there, and it's against the law to take them out or tamper with them, so you gotta leave them in there. So we're making our way over to this peak, and Spangler, it's just so cool. It's open riding, and it has so many different trails that just go a spider web every direction. But it's open riding. You can just go anywhere. You don't have to stay on the trail. If you just want to go right or left or straight up a cliff, there's absolutely, you can do whatever you want. There's no trail closed here, you know, no riding here, stick to the trail kind of sign, you know, where you get everywhere else. It's just, hey, you can go wherever you want. There's a lot of freedom out here, which I like. Now, there's You know, it's all desert riding, so there's no trees, there's no fallen logs, stuff like that, but we're going to be doing some King of the Motos training out here for the next 3 days, and this is very similar to Johnson Valley and the type of terrain, the rocky creeks and rocky canyons that they'll be making us go up and down in Johnson Valley. So Spangler has a lot of similar terrain. Right here to the right, see that big tall kind of rock crop there. If you go to the right of it, there's a little waterfall section through there, a lot of big chunky rocks. Great for practicing hard enduro style of training. We're gonna get a lot of that later. One of the other videos that got coming out, I did a whole bunch of peak climbing. There's just a whole bunch of little peaks you can climb up, and when you get close to the top of the peaks, it gets really chunky. And usually there's not a lot of trails, not a lot of guys that are doing it. You know, a lot of guys just stick to the main trails. But like I say, you don't have to. You can just, if you want to go straight up, like straight up right there, you can. You just make your own line, zigzag your way up, and I love that kind of stuff. So I'll do a lot of that in the next couple of rides. But I got Cortland out with me today, so I don't want to throw anything too extreme just because I haven't ridden with them. And number one, you don't know someone's skill level, and then also conditioning. We did not plan for a big long ride, so I didn't want to gas him out and myself out. We're just coming out here, quick little ride, which I say quick, I'd say this was like a little over an hour, but fun little ride. Put the cash can. I'm excited to get this cash can up here. I've been wanting to do this for so long. But I ain't gonna go too easy on Cortland. He's still gonna have to work for it. So we're gonna hit some of these black diamond lines as we get closer to the peak. It's all warm-ups, because the peak is pretty hard enduro style riding, whereas this is, you know, more like single track hard enduro. Not hard, it's just enduro style, you know, even loop 2 hare and hound kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about, that loop 2 hare and hound, make it like a national hare and hound. They make it a little bit harder. All right, got a little chunky single track through here. As we get around the corner of this hill, you're gonna see the peak we're going to, and there ain't no name to it. It's just the second highest point in Spangler. I guess that's the name. You call it K2 or something like that. You got Everest and then K2. So there, straight in front of you, that big one on the horizon there, that's where we're gonna go to the top, all the way up. And there ain't no trail there for a dirt bike, but after this one, I'm sure it's gonna get burnt in. Everyone's gonna be going to the top of that thing and signing this book. This is gonna happen. Nice little chunky downhill. I'm getting better with my downhills. You know, Dan on his last race at the Hunters had to walk some of the downhills. And if you want to come practice downhills, Spangler has some good, big, steep, sandy downhills. They got clean sandy runs, and then they got sandy runs with a whole bunch of big old rocks in the middle of them too. So it's good practice, you know. And you start small, work your way up bigger and steeper. And for me, downhills they're scary sometimes. You get that feeling where you're gonna go over the handlebars. Very different than climbing. Going up is a very different feel to it. But if you don't make it, you gotta go down. So you gotta get good at the downhills. All right, going up. Right here, got a nice rocky climb all the way up to the base where the main climb starts. This is good. You're gonna see stuff like this at King of the Motos. So this is a good little practice right here. There's gonna be a ton of this down in Johnson Valley. Going uphill, just gotta keep that momentum. Picking a good line, getting your stand when you can stand, and then you gotta keep that balance on that bike. I always picture and think about like Graham Jarvis or Manny Lettbeckler, how when you watch them hill climb, their bike is always like balanced, so that rear tire is getting maximum traction. So I'm always thinking about keeping the bike balanced. She's still tractoring up. Okay, here we got up to this little cut-off line. Cortland gets hung up a little bit right there. He almost gets right on it, but he I think a rock kicked his back out, and he had to push a little bit just to get up right there. Which we don't have intercoms, you know. I ride solo most of the time, and when I do it, like my nephew and a couple other buddies of mine, we got the Cardo Pack Talk systems. and it's so nice. It speeds up the ride so much, and then like he gets kicked out right there. I get up here and he doesn't show up for a little bit. And it'd be nice to have the intercom system, because then he can just tell me what's going on. But so I sit here, he doesn't come up, so I go back down. Go back down. He's struggling just at that connector line, and I just didn't quite make it up there. I had to push a little bit. But having some kind of intercom system for group rides is so beneficial. Y'all, if you guys haven't looked into that, and you got the same kind of riding buddies, the same guys you ride with all the time, just invest some money. It is expensive, but it's so worth it. It just makes your riding experience in a group so much better. All right, Cortland's coming up now. All right, y'all, the party's about to get started. And to be honest, I've had a little bit of whiskey since I've been recording. I hit pause. I went and got a glass, and man, I'm feeling good right now. All right, so this is the main climb up to the top of the peak, and there ain't no trail up here, y'all. So this is me making my own, blazing my own trail up here, and it's a lot of fun. I love doing this because it's just whatever you gotta do. You get to the top, you make your own way up there. And like I said, you can do that because this is just open riding, so it's just whatever way you want to get up, you get up. And I lie like that. It's a little intimidating. GoPro doesn't show you how steep this stuff is. It's steep. And the rocks get bigger as you get closer to the top. Alright, so it's going to be a little bit slow. So now this is what is hard enduro. If you are wondering what hard enduro style of riding is like, this is hard enduro right here. There's no flow to it. You have to, like a chess game, like a puzzle, figure out how the hell to get up here. And it is a battle. Every foot is going to be earned. This is good. And if you're like me riding, this is what you want. You want it to be so damn hard that it's just a reward. Every foot is like a reward. You're like, damn, I did that. It is unbelievable. Now this, rating wise, not the hardest. Except for that damn rock right there. Get the hell out of there. You know, rocks piss you off. When you ride hard enduro, the wrong rock will be in the right place at all times. So you're constantly fighting bad rocks. You turn into like a caveman, moving rocks out of your way. Get the hell out of there. Alright, we got to pivot out right. That looks like a nice clean ride. A little 511 special. Do a lot of 511s up here. Weight back, throw your weight forward, drop the clutch. You're doing it a lot. And I've talked about this in a lot of videos. Like, you use that move a lot. Now, there's a weight to the right. I think I could have went straight right there. But I got to back up the truck a little bit and come back left. The wind's blowing hard. You don't see it on the camera. The wind's blowing pretty hard, and it's just a little bit, I think, easier on the left, although I could have went right. All right, it's taking forever. Come on. Yeah, begging on up right here. Take left. There is no trail up here, so this is me blazing my own trail. A lot of fun. Okay, 511. Weight back, weight forward. Oh, no, that wasn't it. I need to pre-watch this, and now I know what I'm talking about. So I'm still just waiting the rear tire. A lot of this is keeping the legs out, dangling your legs. All right, we're almost to the top. I'm gonna cut right here, and we're gonna cut hard left. And this is actually, we're almost to the top. This is the hardest section of the whole damn climb right here. This last little bit. These are big rocks now. You're getting to the peak here. Big rocks exposed. And you just got to hit it. Now, Rich Larson, RC tire guy, he talks about this tire placement, knowing when to stop, when to hit the brakes. You don't want to stop with your tire right in front of a rock. You got to give yourself a little. Here's a 511 right there. Boom, look at that, 511. So I use it quite a bit. Hit it there. We're gonna do another one. We're gonna pop that front tire up a little bit. There you go, up over the ledge. See, I put the weight back, weight forward. Bam. get up a little, like it's, you think you're gonna use it, just clear the obstacle altogether. You don't, but every inch counts. Hard enduro is freaking hard. All right, we're up. We're up. Up is up. It ain't pretty, y'all, but we're up now. Now this peak here is the second tallest peak in Spangler. And they do have a little rod up there. They have the tallest peak, which I'll do that tomorrow, but the tallest peak does not have this little stamped in. Oh, I gotta get a right hand pivot right now. It's not either. It's not over yet. I gotta get this right hand pivot. If you guys do this, you gotta park your bike right here, because this is the top.
All right.
Made it, y'all. But it has this stamped in elevation here. And like I was saying earlier, I called it out wrong. Not too hard. I give this about a 6. And honestly, this is about a 6 on difficulty getting up there. So if you're thinking you can't make it, you can. This isn't that hard. You can make it up here. It's only a 6 out of a 10. You compare it to Chuck Waller Peak. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. Taking up all that goddamn space in my bag, but I carried it the whole way. And look at this. Like, you'd never think. You're in the middle of nowhere up here. You'd never imagine. There it is.
What is this? 1933 elevation, right? That's how you read that?
No, that's not how you read that, you freaking idiot. It is 1933. That's when they put this sucker in there, because elevation is
that way.
It is that way, but
clue.
Elevation is 3,486 feet. So I was reading that all wrong. Now what I was hoping you follow the bar arrow, and then you finally, I was like a treasure hunt, like 10 steps, but I didn't think this all through.
All right.
Yeah, guy behind the bars.
And then you got some regular stickers. Anyways, that's it.
Yeah, guys, sign in book. So I got regular hard and core enduro stickers there, and they made it to the top stickers too. So I got 2 style of stickers there, and I really like that. So the idea is you get the sticker made it to the top. You can write in the name of the peak. Even though there's no name for this peak right now, I felt kind of bad. Yeah, I gotta hide that can. But this is number 1. If you find this cash can, this is the first ever, and I'm gonna put a whole bunch more out here because I think it's just so cool. This is gonna be my thing. My gig is gonna be putting cash cans, hiding them out in my rides on peaks and little special areas, hard areas too. You gotta earn the sticker there. You can't just be giving it to it at the bottom of the hill or something like that. You gotta earn that sticker, make it to the top, make it to the hard stuff. You know what I'm talking about here in this channel. We ride the hard stuff here. And tomorrow we're gonna hit some of the harder stuff. We're gonna hit the tallest peak, the highest peak in Spangler. Just like we did Chuck Waller in Jawbone, we're gonna hit the tallest one here in Spangler. It's at almost 3,600 feet. They're actually, I think it was 35, like 80, something like that. A little bit tall, about 100 feet taller than it was here. But a little bit easier. I'd say as far as hill climbing goes, this was the harder of the 2 hills. Even though the next peak tomorrow is not going to have a climb either. I kind of trailblazed my own way up there. There was a cash can up there. That wasn't from me. I put my own cash can up there. Like here, I totally forgot. So we're on our way down, and I forgot to check the sign-in book because I was up here a couple months ago, folks, and I wrote my name in there. And I should have checked to see if I was the last guy that was up here or not. You know, sometimes it's a long time between people summit these climbs up here. All right, making my way down. Cortland, he's been waiting patiently for me. I was trying to go as fast as I can, get this peak in the books here. First cash can ever. I can't repeat that enough. I hope you guys use, as it goes on. So this is my first one. And my second one, there's just going to be a little nuggets, like little gold nuggets that I'm gonna dish out there. Where hey, this is the cash can. You've been watching this long. Boom, you know where it's at. Where it's at. But I'm just gonna have them. Yeah, Cortland, he didn't want to try that hard stuff there. You know, when you ride with somebody you haven't ridden with before, you don't know their level, but that was pretty hard. You know, that is beyond, like, that's like double, that's hard enduro, and there's really no rating as far as diamond. You know, it's just out of a 1 out of 10. That last little bit there, that's probably like an 8. I really didn't have to get off the bike too much. I didn't have to really push anything. So I'd give that a solid 8 as far as difficulty. That last little bit. So what are the easier little climbs? But like I said, it's so awesome. We got the cash can up. First hardcore enduro cash can out there. Get up there, get your sticker. We got more coming on. I got a bunch more cash cans that I'm gonna be placing them, and a bunch more ideas. You know, I think it'd be fun to have like a start point, or like a finish point. So you're gonna start a run and you're gonna time yourself. And so when you get up there, you write in the cash can, then you write in the time that you finish the run in. So what do you think about that? I was thinking I'm gonna have little sign that says hardcore enduro start. We do the climb, and at the top you sign into the can, you put your time in there. And that's just how I think. It's fun. I'm really competitive that way, and it's really like, it just gives you a goal, and it's fun to do. You know, I win, lose, fast, slow, doesn't matter to me. Just get it done, write your name in there. I think that'd be awesome. So we'll see if we can make that happen. I think I will. No one's doing that. I think that everyone should be doing that. But what do y'all think? I think it's a fun idea. Don't have to do that in all the runs. Sometimes just a treasure, like a prize you win at the end of the ride. But I think that'd be cool, having a list. You just didn't make it to the top, but I made it to the top in like 5 minutes, 4 minutes, or 4.5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it is. I think that's pretty cool. You know, the whiskey's working in my brain right now. I'm just coming up with all kinds of ideas, and they're all sounding good to me. All right, we're gonna come down to the left here, and there's a big run coming up the other side. Now, Cortland's behind me. Like I said, I haven't ridden with him before, first time ever. He's kept up pretty good. He didn't do the climb to the summit with me, but it's a big run. Look up to the right, about 1 o'clock right there. Starts about 12 and goes up to the 1. You see that line going up there? Yeah, that boy. Nice climb, steep, rocky. So I asked Cortland if he wants to do that. He's like, yeah, go for it. I'm like, all right, well, I am going for it. Just got to get down a little bit. We're going to hang a right, and we're going to start making this really nice rocky climb right here. This is good training, y'all. King of the Motor's coming up. Like I said, in January, you gotta hit the hard stuff. Stuff you're not comfortable with. This is that kind of trail. This is a hard climb right here. Really rocky. They're rolling under you. Your tires digging in. You just gotta keep that steady momentum. Momentum is what makes this work. And as you can see, I'm just constantly going up. Right there, slow down a little. I just said it, and then slow down, but just constantly go up. Now I'm getting inside the main rut there, so it's just got a little bit more grab. Very rocky. See, it's not too sandy here. Some of these hill climbs down is making it very sandy, but this one is still a lot of rocks. Better than that clutch. Trixie's just climbing like a tractor. Really not revving it out. Nice and steady. There you go. Got her done at the top, y'all. At the top. That is up. Up is up. I'm going to swing around here and see how Cortland's coming up. He doesn't carry the momentum, so he's not able to get up very far. And I can see that, so I'm going to head back down. This is a hard run. This is like I consider this double black right here as far as the climb. You got to keep your balance and everything to keep going. Then the momentum, keep going, and your balance is so important. And what it is, what I'm talking about, when you're bike is upright, you're getting maximum traction from your tire. If you start leaning over to the side or whatever, you're cutting into the mountain. Your tire's not getting the maximum traction. Now, I'm not running my drilled out gummy moose, and I've definitely noticed it this trip. If I had my drilled out gummy moose, I'd get a lot more traction, and these little climbs would be much easier in my opinion. So big tire setup. When you guys go set up tires, if you haven't tried out drilling out your moose and making it as squishy as possible, it really makes a big difference. Like I notice a significant difference between the tire setup I have now and then my hard enduro tire setup where it's all drilled out and really flat feeling. That flat feeling, it just has so much traction. It just grabs, like it just keeps climbing like no other. Now the tire I'm running is that 525 Cheater from Cheater. What's going on, my boy Cheater? He's like cracking right there. Anyways, the Shinko 525 Cheater, and it is doing pretty good. It's not. I used to run this tire quite a bit. I've kind of graduated on. It sounds bad if I say graduate. It's a great tire. Trust me, it was really a cheap tire. They've kind of gone up in prices a little bit. So a little bit more pricey, but it's a nice intermediate size and style of tire there. Good traction, great for the desert. It has the big knobs. The VE33S is now my go-to, and it has a little bit bigger knobs, a little bit softer compound. Oh, watch out. So here's what I'm talking about. You got a lot of riders out here, and some of these road crossings are perpendicular. So if you don't keep your head on a swivel, you guys are riding across and you can totally just T-bone them, slam right into them. So just watch out for that. Anyways, folks, hope you guys like this one. This is out here in Spangler, California. We did the second highest peak out here. Threw a cash can out. I was excited about it. Next one, we did 3 days of riding. So next one's gonna be the tallest peak. We'll hit that tomorrow, and then I'm gonna do just some straight up hard, kind of King of the Moto style training. You know, we're gonna hit some rocky stuff, really hard stuff. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's gonna be good. All right, y'all. We're gonna bring this one to an end, and hope you liked it. Until next one comes out, you know what to do. Get out, ride, and get some.